Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. Victor here. Today, my truth is water is life. It's your truth too.
Is this thing on? Hello. Check 1 2 1 2.
Today, we are sitting out in nature next to a brambling brook, next to a river that is frozen over. Water is life, and indigenous people have known this for time immemorial. You can't eat money, folks. So what do we do to get water into our bodies? We are clearing our vessels out through our senses. We are detoxifying from the matrix, and yet we find ourselves drinking water that contains pharmaceuticals, chemicals, so SSRIs, birth control, metformin. Who knows what cocktail you're drinking today, folks? And again, different cities, states, provinces, and countries may have different ways of dealing with this. It seems like most governments want to chlorinate the water to take care of the bacteria, the Giardia, the E. coli. All that is good. Love me some microscope science. However, why are they not testing for other things? Or maybe they are, and they've put them at allowable levels. So they're testing the water, which means they could test it for these other things and make our water safer. But they've declared it safe. So you have a few choices. You can believe them, or you can take the quality of your water into your own hands. I have not really drunk fluoride in my water for 20 or 30 years. I mean, it slips in if I'm at a hotel or whatever. But for years, I only used a Brita. And then I had a reverse osmosis. And where I've landed now is actually what Andrew Huberman recommended on his water-themed podcast. I know not everyone has the money for these kinds of things. So if you don't have the money at all, you can take your water, put it in a glass jar without a lid, and the chlorine will evaporate over time. You can look it up online a day or two. But the fluoride and the other chemicals and pharmaceuticals are not going to evaporate. So you can pray over your water. You can do Reiki over your water. Set intentions that your water is clear. If you have some disposable income, reverse osmosis is a good option. But where I've landed in the last year is clearly, he always gets into the video, clearly filtered filters. So in Canada, they're about $40 to $60, probably around $40 if you buy a couple, and last me about 6 months. My point is, how can we clear our vessel? If the number one thing that we're made of, and we keep putting it in and peeing it out and putting it in and peeing it out, if it is not of the highest quality, how can we expect the highest quality from our lives? Again, I know this will be a challenge for some of you, but these videos are introductions on ways that you might clear your 3D vessel to allow yourself to find out more about who you are, really, who your soul is. These things can be difficult when there's lots of distractions in the way, whether that's media or food or chemicals. We are divine beings. Please stay with me as we journey along, figuring out how to clear all of this junk away from the 3D so we can find ourselves. I want you to find the highest version of you. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for it. Nature agrees. I love you. You are worth it, and you can do this. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. I would love to hear from you. How are you fixing the water in your life? Are you praying? Are you setting intentions? Are you buying filters? You know, quick story. 10 or 15 years ago, I went to a convention and I was drinking the hotel water. You know, the water they give you when you're sitting in a workshop. And people 10 and 20 years older than me were staying out till 2 in the morning. And like, I was in bed by 10 or 11. All of the chlorine, the water tasted and smelled like pool water. It made me sick and unwell. People didn't believe me. They thought I was a snowflake. They thought I was complaining. But in subsequent trips, I would, as soon as I got there, I would buy distilled water, because I think it's better than spring water. Spring water is not tested. And then I would have a good convention. But kind of my whole life, people have been making fun of me when I've come upon these things that have helped me to improve myself. So if you're in that same situation, just don't listen to the haters. You have this one life and this one body, and you're in charge of it. You know, what you put in it and where you take your body out in the world. If other people want to treat their body differently, that's fine. But don't let them influence you. Self-care and self-love is already hard enough. If you are taking your water as a spiritual part of your life and hydrating your body, you're already winning. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.